Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. This is JR. I am your host from J Ross Writing LLC and the Hustlers Apprentice channel. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to read your credit report and how to monitor it. And this is definitely for beginners. I get asked this question a lot. And when I deal with my clients and we're doing a consultation, I'm kind of explaining things, but I just want to give you guys a visual on how to read your report. This specific application I'm using today is actually Experian.com. On Experian.com, it gives you access to all three bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and Transunion, which is awesome. If you've never had an account, it's only $1. Only thing that's required is a credit card or a debit card that you can use to make the payment. You will need to upgrade to premium. What premium allows you to do, premium allows you to access all three, as you can see here on the screen. So I'm starting on this page just to give you guys an idea and to kind of explain some things as what you should be looking at. So Experian, just as a note right off top, Experian lets you see it daily. It updates daily as opposed to Equifax and TransUnion here. Is in terms of Equifax and TransUnion, you can only see them once every 30 days. But as you can see, I've checked it a few days ago, which was pulling up here so you can see it here on February 2nd. So you can see we have 22 days left. If you want to check it in the interim, what you can do is you can refresh now, and you'll have to pay that monthly fee, which I believe is $29.99 to view those. So just so you're aware of that. So let's just get right into it now that we knocked out all of that. Experian does give you your FICO 8 scores for all three bureaus. So we're going to cover that just so you have an idea. So this person in particular, it gives an account summary, the open accounts, self-reported accounts, accounts that were late, closed accounts, and collections. So the red is obviously derogatory. This gives you your overall credit usage, which is right now at 46%. You don't want to go over 30% at a minimum, because anything over 30% is going to be negative. If you want to get the maximum benefit, you want to keep it at 6% or less to get the maximum amount of points. This rolls up the debt summary here. Sometimes if you have student loans and they are deferred, they aren't going to show up here. So don't be alarmed if you don't see your student loans on there. They still exist. Sometimes they just don't put the amount on there. So with this person in particular, they have a Navy federal account. It shows their current balance and the date that it reports here. You can click the drop down and you can see the payment history, how old this trade line is. This is a primary trade line. It's a revolving account. So all of these accounts are going to be shown as revolving accounts and or credit cards or credit lines. So it gives you the particular information, payment dates. It's all been on-time payment since June 2020. Balance. And it gives you, if you want to dispute or contact for any reason, they give you the information here as well. As I always tell my clients, anything less than 5 open accounts is considered a thin credit file. So you want to have a total of 5 open accounts here. I say this all the time. This is where the trade lines come in, or you're getting added on as authorized trade lines or authorized users to trade lines. So let's check out the close account. So as you can see, these are all derogatory things here. Bank of America, Capital Bank, and Indigo. These all appear to be charge-offs. Let's check in Bank of America. As you can see, and this is what I tell my clients as well, you have accounts that report monthly and you have accounts that don't report monthly. So in the case of this account, when it was charged off, they've been reporting it late since October 2019, as you can see here, and they're still reporting it. So it just hasn't reported for February. In a case like this, I'm not saying that they can't be deleted in terms of credit repair, but I mean, it's good to make an attempt to try. If not, I usually recommend to my clients, go ahead and pay it off or settle or do pay to delete. And you usually end up paying the balance, which will stop this from reporting monthly. and it'll be easier to delete. Same thing with these. Capital Bank is charged off, still reporting monthly, as you can see. Capital Bank. This one, for example, stopped reporting in January 2020. So that's a little easier to remove in terms of this one. Indigo, this one stopped in 2019. So as you can see, it's not in 2021 still reporting. So you guys have a good idea as far as that. Auto loan, Ally Financial. As you can see, this person had 2 late payments last year, January and February. You're considered late once you're 30 days past the due date. So keep that in mind. If you're 5 days past the due date, they're not going to report it. You may have a late fee or something like that. But once you get past 30 days, that's when they're going to report it to the credit bureau as a late payment. Even though this person is current now, they just haven't reported for January. These negative payments still affect you. If you have negative payments in the past 7 years, they still affect you to a certain extent. Acceptance now. This stopped reporting back in 2017. So this needs to be removed. And as you can see, we have 7 different collections here that need to be removed. This is where you view your collections. You can click on each one to kind of get an idea of the specifics on it. Let's scroll down. So this is where you see the inquiries. Inquiries stay on your report for 2 years. Typically after a year, it doesn't affect your credit score. So these will be falling off around 2019. Around 2019. These will be falling off August 5th of this year. So they'll be 2 years old at that point. Same thing with this one. So always, whatever 2 years later, that's when it'll be falling off. You don't want to remove any, if you're trying to remove inquiries, you don't want to remove any inquiries that are tied to active open accounts, because they will more than likely shut down that account, because you're basically saying that the inquiry isn't yours. So you're saying that the account isn't yours either. This is where typically you'll have like child support, tax liens, judgments, things like that will appear here if you have any of those. So that's a rundown of Experian. I'm not really going to go through the other two detailed like I did just now, but I'm just going to show you basically the difference between them. So this is Equifax, as you can see. So the Equifax utilization is a little higher here. Variation of points as well. So let's check out close accounts. I think they had another Capital Bank reporting on the Experian. That's probably why it's a little different here. Ally Financial is still on this one. Acceptance now. We already covered those. And this person has 8 collections on here. As you can see, those need to be removed. They have 4 inquiries and no public records. So we're going to shoot over to Transunion. Transunion has 93%, so you can see the utilization is well over where it should be. Shouldn't be over 30%, like I said earlier. A way to combat this is pay it down, as I said, to less than 6%, or you want to add more credit or open up more lines to add more available credit as cushioning. That way, this wouldn't be, the utilization wouldn't be as high as it is. So if you added another $500 card to this, for example, that would put your total credit limit at $1,000. So you would be using 467 out of that $1,000, which would put you at 46%. So you would drop from 93% to 46%, if that makes sense, if you guys follow me. So let's go through this. Same thing. We're on Transunion. Transunion looks about the same. Collections has 5 inquiries. This one will be falling off here next month, end of next month, March. And this person has 0 public records. So that rolls up all 3. If you want to look at all 3 at the same time, so you can get an idea of how they all measure up to one another, this gives you a summary of all 3 of your credit scores. Utilization, you see how it's different? Well, not as different, it's the same, my bad. I don't know why I thought it was 40-something percent. But 93%, it's all looking the same across the board. Collections, self-reporting, inquiries. So that way you can compare across the board. So on to monitoring. I highly recommend, just like you check your bank account, you should be checking your credit report. Like I said, Equifax and Transunion won't be updating daily. Experian will, because you are on Experian's website, so they grant that to you. Any changes, a lot of times, regardless, they'll still send you like changes. If it decreases, you just won't be able to see it on here. So for example, you can check, and you can do this on mobile as well. You can check your changes here by hitting the bell in this top right corner, right? So we'll click on that. So you can see, just opened up a new account here on the 6th, Capital Bank, gives you other alerts and stuff like that. Address disputes, stuff like that. So with any changes or things being deleted, it'll go on there. So as a bonus, I'm gonna just show you guys. Well, let's just go back to your credit reports here. For the folks looking to purchase a home, and these are FICO 8 scores. These aren't your actual mortgage scores, but I just want to give you guys an example so you have an idea of what you're looking at. So FICO 8 is not what the mortgage lenders use. They use your FICO 2, 4, and 5, which I'll get into your FICO 2 score, because that's the only one that Experian provides for you. They don't provide your mortgage scores for Equifax or TransUnion, which is your 4 and 5. So yeah, this person has a 568, a 548, and a 561. Let's just say these were the 2, 4, and 5 scores, for example. And I'm going to show you how it's different, how the scores are varied. So Experian is a 568, Equifax 548, TransUnion is a 561. Which one is the middle score? I'll let you take a couple seconds to decide that. I'll give you a hint. It's not Equifax. A lot of people get it confused. They think because this is showing here that it's in the middle, that it's the middle score. Your middle score is not your highest score, which is Experian, and it's not your lowest score, which is Equifax. Your middle score is TransUnion, which is 561. So that would be your middle score. That would be what mortgage lenders would be using in terms of your qualifying you for a loan. So let's go check out some of these other scores, and then I'll go ahead and let y'all go. And y'all don't know who that is. So, FICO 8 score. So the FICO 8 score here, 573. So let's go to additional FICO scores. So this is a 552 for the FICO 2 score. So this person's mortgage score is a 552. Auto lending is a 575. And for the FICO auto score 8, it's a 558. And the last one, which is a credit card lending, 564. And a FICO score 3, it's going to be a 526. And FICO score 8, it's going to be a 584. So that gives you an example of the additional FICO scores. I hope I didn't confuse you guys too much on this. This is the simplest way that I believe I could break it down to you in terms of monitoring your credit scores and how to read a credit report. You can always click on one of these here, they give you this option where you can view it in the old style, in the traditional style of a credit report, and that gives you your information. So you guys can check that out as well. At this time, if you like the video, if you guys are watching this on YouTube under the Hustlers Apprentice channel, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you guys to subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, the link will be in the description. And if you feel like this video will be of benefit, please share it to someone you know. And with that being said, if you guys like to book a one-on-one with yours truly, please feel free to message me or book an appointment. The link will also be in the description as well. And with that being said, if you have any questions, comments, or any topics you'd like me to discuss, please feel free to comment them below. That being said, peace be upon you and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I will see you guys on the next one. I am out of here. Thanks for tuning in.